Sometimes I'm an ass and I light things on fire. It's usually 'cause I'm hot or I'm hungry or I'm tired. But anytime I look into your eyes, well, I'm suddenly twice the size. Ooh.
audio. We're all good. Welcome, everyone. My name is Michael Walker, and today we're going to play some Bloodstones, the solo campaign. I'm going to try to play through not all the missions today. I'm going to play through one mission today, but this Wednesday time slot should be a new thing. I can't do lockdown a certain time, but in the morning, afternoon area, I should be on every Wednesday now. And we're going to try to work through the Bloodstone campaign missions first, and then who knows what we'll do after that. So I'm sure I'm going to be joined by Jimbo sometime. He's going to come in and help me in a minute. And this is what we're doing today. All right, let's turn some of these so they're all the right way around. So Bloodstones is this great sort of tactile thing. It comes with cloth maps, so there's many more maps than this. Comes with 6 different factions, all with these bake-like tiles. Comes with these giant cloth bags where you keep all the extra tiles. They all have unique special powers. Lots going on in Bloodstone. So I'll give you just a brief outline of how a normal game plays. Normally you don't start with any units on the board. You determine a turn order, and then you pick factions, and then you place your main citadel, which are these large round ones on the map. They have to be at least more than 2 spaces away. And then you do have an initial build, and then you just go from there. See if I can get this to come up where it's not too much. Oh, here we go. That's good enough. Even this is a player aid. Some of the player aids are different because they even have different phases that they have that nobody else has. When it is your turn, you will work through all of these different phases. And everything has to do with the tiles. So you're going to draw 6 tiles normally. Today we're going to draw 7 because that is the Horse Lord's special ability. And so the first thing you do is you capture any villages that you are on at that moment. I think this should have a village here. I'll just check that in a minute. It should be 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. All right. So yes, so you have 7 tiles to start, and then you have to decide what you're going to do with these 7 tiles, because everything takes tiles to do. So building units, you can see here is a random unit. You have to discard this many tiles that are on the left-hand side. Haven't seen one that is 3. It's usually only 1 or 2. Discard that many tiles in order to place this unit either in a village or your citadel. That's building units. Moving units, you're using the pips on the side. I'll use a different one because that one has no pips. So you can see this unit costs 1 to put out, and if you use it for movement, it has 3 pips. So pips on the right. Each pip gives you a movement point, and that's how far you can move. You can see here are the movement costs depending on what type of terrain you're moving into. And so the difference between some of the actions are when you capture villages at the beginning of your turn, you get to play 1 tile. And all of these actions here, you usually create a pool. And then at the end, when you build villages, you also can only play 1 tile. So we did building units, we did moving units. Battling, you don't have to spend anything. You can do battles in whatever order you want, whenever you want. You can even move, do a battle, move again. You get to decide whenever you want to do battles, but you must complete all your battles before your turn is done. Building villages, you get to build a village in or adjacent to other villages or units. So you can even like chain them out, like build a village here and then build one here because now it's adjacent to the first one you built, and so on and so forth. You can do a maximum, if everything is right, of 5, because the most pips on a tile are 5, and it only costs, you can see here in the corner, there is a village cost as well. It's usually 1 unless you're putting it in the hills. You cannot build in the sea, surprising, or in the mountains, except, of course, some factions break this. And plains, believe it or not, can have 2 villages per, so you can get 5 out, sometimes fairly easily, but that is the most you could put out if the circumstances are right. That is a main game. The interesting stuff happens when you empty your bag. At the end of your turn, you draw up to whatever your hand size is. Everyone except Horse Lords is 6. And if you can't draw, then you're going to be recycling your bag, which means you move the token up. You score 1 point for every village you have on the board. You put all your discarded tiles back into your bag, and then you draw your hand up to your hand limit. That is how you score points. At the end of the game, there are some more points for every village you capture. Did I go over the cost for capturing villages is the same as placing them. So you actually can play when you capture, you pay the cost and you take them one tile. Anyway, so at the end of the game, you get a point for every village you've captured of an opponent, and then you'll get 5 points if you've captured their citadel. There are some weird shenanigans about last battles, like whoever in a 2-player game, as soon as all players have cycled their bag 3 times, the game is over. In anything more than 2 players, as soon as everyone's cycled it twice, the game is over. And then there are some weird shenanigans about if there are still pending battles or stuff like that. There are opportunities where some people will actually cycle their bag 3 times while they're waiting for the last person to cycle their bag twice. And so that is possible, but they do not get to score villages when they cycle their bag that 3rd time. You only get points when you cycle for the first 2 times that you go. That is regular game. Nothing really to do with the solo game. So, not that I wasted your time, just so you know how a regular game works. In the solo game, the AI player, which is going to be the Dragon Lords today, they have all sorts of their own rules per scenario. In this particular scenario, the dragons, if there is a village adjacent to them, will move into the undefended village. Otherwise, they stay where they are right now for the whole game. And if they ever get off of their space, so they move into an undefended village here, and at the beginning of their turn they destroy it, and if there's not another village for them to move into, they will move back to here. If they ever get into a fight, they will automatically retreat because of, I didn't go into any of the battle rules, but we'll go into that because it is somewhat the same in solo. Roughly what happens is you can retreat. The defender can retreat as long as they have equal to or more cavalry than their opponent. But dragons are super cavalry. They can always retreat, and if you're ever fighting a dragon, you can never retreat. The next thing we do is we draw a random tile out of the Dragon Lord's bag, and it'll tell us what army is going to move, either army A, B, or C, and they have a path on which they move on. That's all that the AI does. They're going to be moving towards our citadel. Our mission is that we have to kill these 2 dragons. So I sort of did a quick game beforehand. It looks as though we're going to lose if we lose our citadel or if they draw their last tile. There's an awful lot of tiles in here. I don't know if that's going to happen. But it looks like the strategy is to put an undefended village out and lure the dragons out, then surround them so they can't retreat, and then hopefully win the fight. That is the scenario we're going to go with today. The other thing that these armies do is every time they move, they put out a village. I'm not sure why that is.
Because dragons can retreat into the village even if you've got guys there.
I suppose, yes, that will help the dragons retreat. There you go. Because we're not getting any points in these solo missions. Solely have to kill the 2 dragons. It says that the AI player always goes after we do. I'll throw that over for Jimbo. So we're going to assume that we get the first turn. If you ever have any questions, feel free to type them out, and I'm happy to answer anything. Or just type something out, because sometimes I can't see the chat. I haven't seen anything yet. See my own message, but just type something out just so I know I'm getting the messages. Also, yes, so if the Dragon Lord ever recycles their bag, we lose. And I think if we recycle more than twice, we lose as well. Thank you, Andre 4SM. All right. So let's throw some tiles out here. Because we are the Horse Lords, we get 7. Well, obviously, the first thing we do is we capture any villages. We are not in any undefended Dragon Lords villages, so we move on to our regular turn, where we're going to be spending these to move and or put out units. So I don't know if we're going to be doing much defending, so I'm going to discard. You can see this all right. Yeah, I think that's fairly clear. Discard a tile because a ship costs 1 tile to put out. So it has 1 symbol here, so I have to discard 1 to put it out. And it can go out adjacent to any village or citadel. Oh, I realized I just messed up in the last game because I put it here originally in the last game, and that is not adjacent, so it couldn't have gone there. That's okay. Did it right this time. If you have any suggestions as well, go ahead and put them out, because... And here's the back of each character sheet. You can see in fights, they all have special abilities. You can see here, hand size 7, that's for the Horse Lords, and the Dragon Lords also have, all of their different units have bonuses that they get in combat. And then there's the short story that is the Dragon Rules. Pretty well just talks about how, as you can see, they're going to get +4 in combat. All of this is just saying how they always can retreat, and the opposing team can never retreat. And the dragon can go on sea or in mountains. It gets to go wherever it wants because it's a dragon. You don't mess with the dragon. All right, Jimbo, I decided to put out a boat because boats are good.
Boat's good.
And I was saying to them, I messed up in the last game too. I immediately put a boat there in my last game, which I could not have.
Because you have to build it adjacent to the citadel?
Correct. I say we do some movement.
I mean, I definitely think we should.
We have 2 sword guys, so we're going to discard 1 of them. So as you can see, it has 4 pips. That gives us 4 movement. So 1 to move the boat here. 2, because this is a leader. Sorry, this is a leader. So he can bring a guy with him. And you can move with the chain of the boat. So he can move all the way to here with 1 movement, because going into plains costs 1. And he's going to bring that swordsman with him. Because the plan is to build a village here. Let's go over the plan. We build a village here. On the dragon's turn, the dragon moves into said village. And he will not destroy it.
All the peasants are fine.
All the peasants are fine. They're used to this. That's what you get for living so close to the Dragon Lords. All right. He doesn't destroy that yet because it's not the beginning of his turn. Beginning of his next turn, that will be destroyed. This means bonus for us, because then on our next turn, we can build directly into that village. And then we're going to use these pieces plus some other pieces we're going to move over to surround said dragon. We're going to have to get a boat in here now.
Yes.
Because he can just retreat to the sea. So we're going to have to hope that we draw a boat, or else this whole plan has gone to crap. All right, let's go back. So we discarded these 2 so far. We get this bowman for free. We'll throw him out there because he has no cost.
Yeah, put him on that.
I'll throw them up here. See, some units, they're called skirmishers. You just get them for free because they have no cost. And I can't put them here. No, villages can go there.
Yeah.
These must go in village.
So, I mean, if you wanted to build a village first...
No, villages is something separate.
Gotcha.
It is at the very end of the turn. It is a separate thing.
Gotcha.
So we've used 1 of our 4 movement. Sorry, I shouldn't put that out yet. So that was 1, 2, 3. And he is going to go to... We have to hope that this army doesn't move. This army is going to move to 56. It's going to move here. Yeah, so all these plans could be sunk by wherever.
So, I mean, we could, if we're planning to build villages on this side of the lake from which we can build, we could move this boat through here instead of having to wait for another boat to be built.
True. My other thought, Jimbo, is do I have the scenario rules? I have the scenario rules. How does it talk about here? No faction may attack or move north of the hill giants. So the hill giants are stationed here. No one is allowed to go there. So technically we could use this tile.
Yes, absolutely we could.
Get the dragon to move there.
But then we have to burn this because it can fall back to...
Tricksy. It's almost like they thought of all these plans ahead of time. Is that village even supposed to be there? No. That was built from the last game.
Well then.
Should be a dragon there, leader. There should be 7 villages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. So yes. So do we want to plan on this then? Building a village here.
I mean, that does count. The hill giants do cover two withdrawal points.
So we can use our last movement to go here. Because it was 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 movement. And we can build our first village here. Because it can be adjacent to another village or a citadel or a unit. As long as that unit can trace a path back to a village or a citadel. And right now we have said path.
Gotcha.
So the other option is going to be, if this army decides to move, we're going to have to try to make it retreat. Or win a fight against it. Make it retreat. And then therefore have the only unit here.
Mm-hmm.
And then attack the dragon with all of these units that we're going to magically have.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so now we can freely place this archer. And I think we should discard... What do you think, Jimbo? This is what we've got left.
Well...
Swordsman's always good.
I was going to say, swordsman's always good and is just as cheap as the shieldman. So we could...
Yeah, this is what this game makes me think. Like, why would I ever pay 2 for a cavalry when I can play 1 for a swordsman?
Because cavalry keeps people from retreating. If neither side have any cavalry, the defender can always retreat.
Forgetting about the retreating things. Yes, but in this particular scenario, not so much.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get the swordsman out. Let's discard this.
Also, we're the horse lords.
Lords.
Not the dudes with swords lords.
True. But in this particular scenario, now we have a move of 3 left, or do we want to keep the horse in the pocket?
I mean, we're going to need a lot of units, but we do have to get these guys from here to here.
So we'll spend this one. We'll get 3 movement for that, and we'll move those guys out.
So that's 1, 2...
Oh, no. Sorry. Can you move them back, Jimbo?
Right, because you need to build villages.
Because of the plan. We have to keep a tile. Keep a tile to build some villages. So 3 villages is what we get. So adjacent, this is the whole plan.
Mm-hmm.
We can put one here for building units later.
Mm-hmm.
And the dragon won't attack that because
And do we want to put one here for the same reason?
And we might as well put one here.
I was going to put it under the big stack of units.
All right,
But
we'll put it with the big stack. And that is that unit spent.
I mean, how much Civ have you played? You never send a settler out undefended, Walker.
I know. All right, so it is now the Dragon Lord's turn, and their turn is fairly simple. The dragon moves into there. Now we draw a random tile out of there, and the book will tell us who moves. depending on what he draws.
I have drawn a blank 5 pip tile.
So a blank 1 is Army 3. So Castle Skirmisher is 1, Ship or Siege Engine is 2, any other tile, which is what he drew, Army 3 activates.
So that's this army?
It is the bottom army that should be in 68. So this one moves into the tile with the dragon. I'll give you a quick, see if I can get this on the screen without blowing everything up. As you can see, they have a path on which they follow.
And do they then build a village there?
They then build a village there because there's not a village there already. That will thwart our plans later for that dragon. Technically, we should have drawn our 7 tiles for our next turn. That's it for the AI. They're done. They're that easy. So now we must bring our plan to fruition. Oh, there's the boat, Jimbo, that I wanted to see. What do we got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6, 7. 2 more.
Didn't get many land units. In fact, we got 1 land unit, which might be a problem. No, we have enough units as it is.
Do we, though?
We do.
The dragon starts at +4.
But we don't fight it, right?
Oh, yeah. We have to kill him.
Oh, well, fair enough.
We do
Then,
that.
yeah, we have a bit of a problem.
But everything else has gone according to plan. So, let's discard a boat to put out a boat. That stops the dragon from running away.
Mm-hmm.
We now must get units here and here, and it does not matter which ones. So I think we should save... Oh, bottom shelf. My doctor gave me cream for it, yes. Oh, Bloodstones. That sounds very painful. We will save one of these to use in combat. More on that in a minute.
Yes, and I suspect we should use the other one for movement.
Let us do some moves with that now. So we'll spend this, which is 5 pips.
So 2 movement to bring these guys to join the main force.
And it costs 2 to go in the hills, correct?
I think it's 3 to go.
3 to go in the hills. This is going to destroy us, Jimbo. So that costs 2 there.
Yep.
3 to go there, and that's our 5 used up. We will now spend this castle for 4 more movement, which will be 1, 2,
3, 4. Oh,
That's
no.
it.
Sorry. We're going to... A leader clearly goes and brings 1 for free.
Gotcha.
Then we need to spend the catapult for 3.
3 more movement. That's just to
Get someone into
get
the...
some schmo into the
And so we could only attack with this group of 3 by spending that 2 movement, because the leader will drag.
True. So that'll give us... It is in the plane, so that's +1, +2, +3. +3, we'll get an extra tile.
Yep, because we outnumber.
And we have a free 5. So we spend the 2. This is better than the odds that I had last time. And so we have a leader there, like we said. He gets to drag along a unit. He drags along the swordsman, and then the cavalry moves for the second one. The problem is that the cavalry stays behind.
Why?
Well, we don't want the dragon retreating into there.
Can't, because it only has our color in it, including villages. You can only retreat into a tile that has, because it specifically mentions that in that case.
All right.
Note that also normally your units can move through areas containing just enemy villages, but then when withdrawing and retreating, this is no longer the case. If it helps, simply imagine all the villagers emerging from their cottages with pitchforks ready to harry your demoralized army.
Thankfully, the dragon cannot withdraw into our village. Let's double check. It doesn't have anything funky. Discard defending, send opposing force. Desert mountains. Okay. So we can do that. And we are now out of tiles, except for the one that we saved for the battle.
Yes.
So we will now proceed to battle. So this is how battles work. You add up. That's going to be for us, Jimbo.
This is going to be for us?
Yes. So we get to draw 4 tiles because we have more army tiles. It doesn't matter what they are. We just have more tiles than the opponent. The other team, no matter how many tiles they have, they get to draw 3. No, wrong bag. I picked the wrong bag, Jimbo.
It's right there, I think.
There are 2 battle bags. I didn't really explain that either. There are 2 bags. Jimbo has the dark one. I have the light one. You know, like, you can just flip them up because it doesn't matter. So you have drawn poorly. You have failed us. Okay. So there's... Uh-oh. That's not a good sign off the start. So, this is what the dragon gets. If the scenario said, it might say that they will switch tiles, but does not have it in the first one. They have a total of 13, plus the dragon's 4, for a total of 17. We then would reveal our best 3.
Which gives us 15.
Plus the...
That's including
that's
our
including.
units.
So, well, let's do it in steps. So that gives us 9, 12, 13, 14, 15 to the dragon's more. So we have failed. We lost, so we have to lose a unit. I say we will lose the cavalry.
Sounds good.
Then we must retreat. We can retreat by boat, which we could always do. Actually, wait, no, we can't withdraw because of the dragon. So I say we just retreat to here.
Yes, I agree.
Actually, wait. Do we want to, or do we want to make that the next target of the dragon?
Well, it's going to stay where it is.
At the beginning of its turn, it's going to destroy that.
Right.
And then it's going to move to the next it's either going to move back to here, which it can't, or it's going to move into this undefended village.
Or if we're here and it can't go anywhere, it's just going to stay where it is.
Okay.
Right? Like
Yes. So we withdraw to there, and our turn is done. We throw these tiles back in the bag. That is our only fight. The dragon destroys this village. I'll put it off to the side just in case it matters. And then, what does it say? Let me just read the dragon again, just to make sure we are doing it right. Dragons will always withdraw from combat if possible towards their starting location, or if that's not possible, to the highest numbered valid adjacent location. Dragons will only move off their starting location if they can move on to undefended adjacent villages, or if they are withdrawing from combat. Dragons never join an army and will operate independently. They will take part in defensive, nothing else. Will they try to get back to the starting location, do you think?
it doesn't say anything about that. They will only move if withdrawing or going for an undefended village.
Gotcha. Oh yes, dragons will always withdraw from combat if possible towards their starting location, or if that's not possible, to the highest numbered valid location. Alright, so we're going to assume that they're not going to engage in combat. Alright, so then we get a red tile, Jimbo. What do we get?
A castle.
Castle is Army 1.
Well, that's unfortunate.
That is not what we wanted. So Army 1 now moves, should be in 50, yep, it moves into the hills where our poor bowman is. And they do have a cavalry in there, they do. So the bowman will not be able to retreat. They're done their movement, but they have to do that battle. We draw 3 to the dragon's 4. We do have 7 tiles that we could
True.
switch out, so let's draw those. We should have at the end of last turn. 4, 5, 6, 7. They draw 4. Picking their best 3. So their total is 11.
15.
15.
Unless shields don't get a strength when attacking.
They don't. They only get defense.
14.
Lizardmen are +1? Yes, they are.
When attacking.
May remain. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. That's not in planes. So just +1.
2. One for the swordsman, one for the lizardman.
Oh yes, lizardmen. So +2.
So that's
13.
13. Well, that beats our 12.
Even if we switch a tile?
We can't switch after you show us what they've got.
You're right. Why didn't we switch one?
Because
I think there's a rule. I think they always draw first.
But we don't get to see it.
Do we not?
No.
Well, no, but there might be something special for.
No.
Oh, did you read it? Okay.
Not maybe for the scenario. There may be something for the scenario, but that's why you don't just flip them face up, because you.
Oh, I see. It's the other way around. Regardless, I knew there was something. Regardless of whether you're attacking or defending, you will always draw your combat tiles first, and then decide if to substitute before you even draw the other tiles. All right. So yes. So we don't get to, because I jumped the gun. We don't get to. He gets destroyed because he was the only unit.
Yep.
And that is their turn done. Is now us.
So, if we want to take this dragon out, we have to get rid of that army first. The upside is this army is only at 1 strength. Because the swordsman... Sorry, it's 2 strength, +2 strength, because now it's defending. Correct. 1 for the swordsman, 1 for the shieldman. Oh, and do they build a village there?
They do, and they moved in.
That further complicates our ability to take out this dragon.
We can move on to the other dragon.
That's true. We can do that if you want.
Although that dragon will move back here now.
Yes.
On its next
No,
turn.
it will not. It only moves if it withdraws or if it goes after an undefended village.
Gotcha. Oh, it will withdraw towards its home if it has a choice to. Gotcha. Well, the chat's no help.
Now, that said, we're strength 2 here and could easily get 2 strength more if we wanted to move in, and
That's true. We have a leader here, which I think we should.
would cost us 3 tiles to put out both of those units. And then it would cost us 12 movement to move all 4 units into the hills.
Yikes. Yeah, so that's 6 movement to move 4 units. 4 units at +4. And then we're going to need some movement after the fact if we're going to try to take the dragon out this turn. Because we're going to have to...
Well, there's no way we could do both.
Yeah. So, question is, should we wait and hope that they move again? And then we get bonuses for defending. We can throw a castle in there. We can throw a shieldman in there.
Totally up to you. I mean, we should probably start drawing the Southern Dragon out a bit. Although those 2 armies are so close, I don't even know. Like, we might have to draw it all the way to our island in order to... But maybe, we may just have to deal with these armies. That may be the way the scenario is.
Yeah, I think I just got really lucky in my preliminary game.
So what's a castle give us on the defense?
5, I believe. 3 when defending.
Well, and Torrid, because that would give us a huge advantage if this army moves into here. But if it doesn't move into there, then we built a castle that is essentially doing nothing for
It'll
us.
go eventually, right? They're going to go eventually. They're going to move to
I
there.
mean, eventually, yes, but...
Yes, that is where they're going to move next. Yeah, I think we'd be crazy to attack this turn. In the hills.
Yeah, it's too much movement.
So we'll leave the dragon there. Let's build a castle. Get rid of that.
And the other horseman, you might as well.
And that.
The castle.
That builds the castle.
And then I would suggest that we either build the leader or the swordsman as well.
We will throw that away and build the swordsman.
And then that gives us 10 pips for potential movement and or building villages. Or we could swap. We could spend an extra tile and swap the swordsman for the leader, and then that leaves us with 4 pips.
4 pips for villages.
For movement villages. Where do you want them?
Not sure.
Remember, it's 2 or 3 to build them in.
True.
In the hills.
Do we want to lure this dragon out this turn? Because even though it'll be there, and we'll have 2, or we can start chaining them back, right?
That's kind of my thought.
Here,
is that, yeah.
1, 2.
Is that we have to give it. We have to start giving it options to.
3, 4. What the hell? All right, that is our choice. Is it a good choice? I don't know. Well, first things first, that dragon will move out into that village.
Yep.
I'll draw our pips just because.
Yep.
We're going to recycle our bag in a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, Jimbo, what do we got?
Boat.
Boat is... Unfortunately, I don't think it is 1.
No, of course it's not.
Ship or siege engine. Army 2 activates. Army 2 should be in the woods there, which they are. They go to 56. So 1 across. They go
Here?
into there, correct.
And they pop a village down?
No, at the beginning of their next turn, they're going to... Oh, do they pop their own village? So can there be 2 different villages? No.
I have no idea.
There cannot be 2 different villages.
Are you certain?
No.
Perhaps you should not say these things when you are not certain.
I am more certain than uncertain.
You may place villages in areas adjacent to your existing villages, adjacent to your citadel, adjacent to your chain of units, in the same area as a single existing village if it's the plains. Can't place one in an area containing your citadel, nor can you construct in deserts, mountains, or seas. Doesn't say.
All right, village it is then. We have villagers attacking each other in the streets, Jimbo. It's terrible. So this means that we can build directly into there and we'll be infighting immediately.
Yeah, it must be D in the same area as a single existing village if this is in the plains, because it doesn't say your existing village. It says single existing village. So.
All right then.
Yeah, if we attack them, only the lizard man does not contribute.
Gotcha. So they're at +3.
Yes.
we'd be at +2, +3. That would be all of the tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well,
so we just don't do that instead.
It only takes us 4 movement to get this whole stack to there because we have 2 leaders there. So it costs us 5 if we want to bring that swordsman with us.
All right, so we spend 4, and they'll move in.
Okay.
And then we can just build this skirmisher. Although it doesn't give it. No, it doesn't give us anything.
Well, we can pay 1 tile to move this swordsman in.
Or we can just discard that to just build a swordsman there.
Sure.
Yeah? Because, I mean, I'd like to move him back to here for defense, right? Did we not build the castle in there?
I might have moved the castle.
Floating castle, not so much.
So at which point it doesn't actually...
So we had an extra movement left.
Yeah.
All right.
And that leaves us 2 potential 4s to replace tiles. And things to discard to move back to defend our castle for next turn.
Yeah, we can decide later. We don't have to decide now, so we can just do that fight if we want.
So we slightly outnumber them.
Yeah, by 1.
Meaning we draw an extra tile.
Correct.
Yep, good.
Do you want to replace any of those?
Yeah, we should probably replace 3 of the 4.
So. Probably the castle.
Sounds good.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we probably didn't need to, but, if we hadn't, it would have worked out.
7, 8, 9.
So 1,
12.
2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 14, 17.
And they have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we win. There's a hierarchy of loss.
Probably the Lizard Man.
Which is Lizard Man, unless they have a castle or an archer there.
Poor Lizard Man. And then they retreat, presumably straight back. That's the...
To the highest number.
Oh, hold on.
The highest number in there. They're above that hill. They're in here. They're in 56. So they'll retreat into 57. The woods there, yes.
This woods or this woods?
Oh, shit.
So they are in 56. So they go to...
What number is this here where the dragon is?
66.
That's the highest one, isn't it? Or is this...
No, sorry, that's 65.
65.
Yeah, so they go to 65.
In with the dragon.
No, if they move back, if they lose combat, they will move backwards along the paths.
All right.
So they go back to 67, which is the...
This one back here, right?
Yep.
All right. So there's some tiles left. Beginning of the next turn, the dragon will destroy this, and we want them to move to here, correct? So it means we have to get out of there.
Can dragons exist in deserts?
Yes.
Okay. I was going to say, if we force it to withdraw to the desert, will it die? So yeah, so we have to either vacate this spot to make more room for the dragon and the army, going back to here to potentially receive that army.
So yes, so let's move the leader and another unit.
So there's 2 leaders.
There's 2 leaders, so it'd be like 1... Oh no, we've decided that these are adjacent.
Yeah.
So it'll cost...
Oh, in fact, we spent too much for movement. I apologize.
That's okay. So it'll be 2 to move 4
4
units
units
back.
So, leader and a swordsman. Leader and a swordsman.
And we have to spend this 3. Because we need that swordsman out there if we want that dragon to move. Or capturing villages happens at the end. So there's 3 more movement that we can use. I say we go into the hills. Because we're going to have to go there anyway.
Sure. Works for me.
To block the retreat. If this all goes to plan.
And then do we spend him to build more villages, or?
Do we want to?
It's up to you. I mean, we can hold it.
I say we hold it. Throw these back in here. I say we hold it. All right. I think we're going to do a cycle, Jimbo, so let's hold off there. If you want to just check and see. So we draw these 2. Because I think it says if we recycle twice, we lose. I think it's the very top of the mission, like with all the win-loss conditions.
You reach 2 on the regroup track.
Yeah, so we're at 1 now. If we recycle again, we lose. So we have all we have until we empty this bag. All right. Hello, Victory Point Gaming. How are you today?
So we've done our turn.
Oh.
So now the Dragon Lords do their turn.
Yeah, so first things first, this dragon destroys this village. Then he moves into this village.
Okay.
Because it is an adjacent, undefended village.
Castle, which is, I think...
Castle, I think, is what we wanted. It'll be on that page there. It'll say... Castle is Army 1, which is sort of what we wanted. So Army 1...
Oh, Arc Nova, yeah, it's fun.
Army 1 moves into us.
Okay.
Let's just move this village off to the side. It is a plains.
Take care, Victory Point Gaming. Thanks for stopping by. We are glad you like the podcast.
And they will build a village there. Because they can.
And then we fight.
And then we will fight during their turn.
So.
Let me just finish drawing our tiles before I forget.
2,
7,
3,
right.
4, 7. So we are adding 7. And they are adding... Is there a shieldman in here? Yes. So they are adding 3.
The cavalry, the lizardman...
The cavalry, the lizardman, and the swordsman.
Alright.
We outnumber them.
So we get 4.
I think we can afford to not spend a tile.
We did good. Solo 2-player, nice. Sort of, yes. Sort of 2-player, making sure I don't forget any of the rules. So we're not replacing any.
We are not replacing any, so...
I should have kept the 3 that I had in my hand. I just want to make sure I get down to the bottom. Mix these up. 1, 2, 3. So 8, 9, 10, 11.
Plus 3 is 14. We have 20.
We have 20. So
Yep.
they lose.
So
the
we
lizardman dies.
Kill the lizardman.
And they go back along the path.
And then go back along the path. I love this scenario.
Tiles back in the bags. That is the end of their turn. Our turn.
Yes. So we could attack. They get only 2 strength.
But the problem is, again, it's into the hills
Yes,
again.
but remember we have 2 leaders here. So paying 6 movement lets us bring all 4 units.
All right. 6. There's 5.
I might as well just pay one of the archers.
6, 7. So we'll do another movement somewhere else.
Yeah.
Of which we don't have. So why don't we bring a unit out? Like an archer.
I was going to say you could pop out a free archer. Mostly because we might use it for other things. But
all right, so there's 7 movement. 6, like you said, will bring out all of these guys into here.
Yes. So we are 4 strength to their 2 strength.
Well, we don't have to do the battle right away.
Okay.
Because we have movement left that we have to spend now. So that archer...
To
Can the dragon go anywhere? The dragon is now cut off. Is that not correct?
Well, if we win, the dragon will be cut off.
Yes, if we win. Yes, the archer might as well go.
No, because... Hang on. Maybe because the castle is there, that village will not help them.
Correct. It can't.
But let me check.
Yeah, it can't withdraw there.
You can withdraw to one adjacent area that contains one or more of your pieces, units or villages, or an area that is empty. You cannot withdraw or retreat to an area that contains pieces belonging to another player, including villages. So,
yes,
even though it's got a village there, it cannot withdraw to that area.
All right. So we have spent these. Let's get them off before I forget, because we're going to need another sum to get more dice on the dragon. All right. Let's do this fight. You draw your 4 because...
Yep, because we outnumber them again.
Outnumber them again.
I think we're going to be okay.
You do not want to switch one of our tiles.
I do not want to switch one of our tiles.
We are at +4.
We're at +4 to their +2, so 12, 17.
We're at 17. They're at 13,
15.
15. So we win again.
Yes. So what's next on the casualty list?
Next.
My bet is shield guy, but maybe sword
Next
guy.
on the casualty list is in fact the shield guy.
And they are forced back along
Their path.
Okay.
These can go back.
So we can either move that force to be even into here and move the archer into there, which is expensive movement.
That would be 1,
2, 3, 4.
4, and then another
6 movement total.
2, 6 total.
Yep. Which we can easily do.
Which will be these 2 tiles. 6 movement.
So these 4 move in. He moves up here. And that still leaves us with those for things. But we are tied.
We are tied. We're +4 to +4.
Yeah. So you need to stop pulling the 5 every time we fight these guys.
Sorry. I got too much good luck on my first game.
By good luck, you mean?
Doing like 2, 2, 3.
Ooh.
The 4 dragon, that's why I went down so fast. I was thinking, man, this scenario... I don't think we need to switch.
Fine. Yeah, sorry, I think we're fine for switching. I'm not saying we're fine for winning. I'm saying we're fine for switching.
So right now, we're at 14.
Well, we're tied, so
we are tied. Just say, yeah, that's what I'm saying, why we're at 14.
We're at 18, actually.
Well, I'm saying, because we're even, I wasn't counting that. So that's a good sign.
Yeah.
That's a very good sign. So they're only at 9 to our 14.
Yeah.
So
it tries to withdraw. It cannot withdraw.
It's bumped against these. Can't go anywhere here. Can't go out to sea.
Dragon slain.
Half of the objective is complete.
Get wrecked. Stupid dragon. Normally I love dragons. I didn't love that dragon.
All right. So we have 2 tiles left.
Well, we should probably... So do we want to continue to pull this dragon this way?
It is automatically going to go there.
Then I suggest we build a swordsman here. So that it's already in position.
Or do we want to start moving these over?
But to where? Because if we go here, it won't come.
True. But we can go all the way to here, right? One move, like...
True, for only 2 movement.
Correct. But then we'd have some movement left over.
Well, and we still then have to expand and surround it, so... It's up to you.
The other question is which one's higher, right? Because it will go to the highest number.
That I don't know.
The highest number is the higher one. No, that's a big block. I see. Big block is 47, little one is 55. So yeah, it's going to go there. It's going to go here. So I think we should go 1, or we can just force where it goes, really.
Yep.
2, and that's going to force it there.
Works for me.
So that's 2 movement. We have 2 movement left. We can go 1.
Yeah, might as well bring it to that group so
2.
it's he's ready to step out to cut off its retreat. And then we hold on to this.
Yes.
Which in turn slows us from
bag deathing.
Yes.
All right. Let's draw our tiles.
So this dragon eats this village and then moves into this undefended
1, 2,
village.
3, 4, 5, 2 more. 6,
Then blank, which is I think the bottommost army.
Yes, number 3. Number 3 is in the hills. I'm way in the wrong area. One moment. Mission 1. Here we are. They go to 65, which is there, correct. That does not affect us.
I was going to say it is not a problem for us at the moment.
And that is the end of their turn.
And then they drop a village in that area.
Correct. Also not affecting us, thankfully. We rickety wrecked this poor army.
We did, but I mean, it kind of had to happen because they really made a pain of themselves.
So how much movement do we have to do?
So we need 1 movement to close off this, or 3 if we want to bring the skirmisher from here. Then we need 2 movement to bring all 4 units in there.
So that's 3. So let's use that for the 3 movement.
So 1, 2, 3.
So now we are at 4 to 4 again.
4 to 4 again.
But now we can build units in there.
Yes. So I see 2 swordsmen that should be built.
So there's 2 tiles for 2 tiles.
Yep.
So now we're at +2.
Correct.
And then we have a +5
To trade out.
in the hole for the trade out. All right.
All right.
So +2 to us. For all the marbles. Jimbo, why? Why? All right. No, okay, same thing. I was saying we'd probably switch the 3, but yeah, same.
We switched something.
Yeah, we switched one
for 5.
for the 5, and they get 3 tiles. You can only switch 1 tile, just so you know.
I think the best they can do is tie our current tile draw, which would be a loss for them.
Not with these 2 3s. They
No,
can't.
not with those 2 3s.
So they have 5. They have 11 plus 4 is 14.
We have 15 plus 6 is 21.
We have a lot. So
And then the dragon cannot retreat because it is
retreat.
blocked in every area. The dragon is destroyed.
thus winning scenario 1.
Dun dun dun!
Hooray!
Tyrant's Lament is, I believe, what the scenario is called.
It's the name of the map. Interesting. Called Dragon Hunt.
Oh, never mind. It is called Dragon Hunt. We have scenario 1, Dragon Hunt.
Next up, I believe there are 3 scenarios,
Yeah, I think 3 scenarios
Mission
per faction,
3.
roughly.
and then it should go back to mission. Oh, it says mission 4, but it is a totally different scenario. So, because we're going to be playing mission 2, is again on this map. It says, without even looking at, yes, it is on this map. But now we get I can hold it up there.
The hill
on
people,
an
the hill folk.
angle. There'll be many more hill folk this time.
Which is our next mission called?
It is called Encounter with Giants. But what if I don't want to encounter with giants?
Then we don't go north.
And we start on the mainland this time. Hillfolk turn. It only says Hillfolk turn.
It may be that the dragon
Maybe the
riders are
dragons, we beat them into submission.
not. It could very well be that they're not up for another round after that.
If we reach 3 on the regroup track, we lose this time. Objective: capture the citadel of the Hillfolk. Destroy all castles built by the Hillfolk.
That's going to be a long one.
Do we have to do all of these?
I have no idea.
Objective. Horse Lords, Folk Turn. Oh, look it up. Objective. I think we have to do all of them.
I guess that depends. Our loss conditions. So maybe in the first game, it actually wasn't as easy to lose as we thought, because we had to hit 2 and lose our
It says
citadel.
or.
Ah, okay. Well, there you go. Or.
That's the key thing there. And there are no ors in this one, so we have to do all of these things. I am assuming.
Yeah, so it's going to be a much longer campaign.
Capture the Citadel, which is
going to be about here-ish.
Correct.
Sorry, here. It's right here.
Yeah. Destroy all castles built by the
Which are
Hillfolk.
this starting line.
Yeah, they're still there, yeah. And capture 10 villages.
Which is a bit of an ask,
which
but...
are everywhere.
Yeah.
All right.
Like I said, a much longer scenario,
will
because
be
there's
a
going to be a lot more sieging and combat and stuff.
So my name is Michael Walker. I have been here with Jimbo. We should be back here next Wednesday. There's also a chance that we'll be back, although that's fairly long, so probably not. I was thinking about doing stuff before the main stream, because I'm just hanging out, but I'll just relax. So next Wednesday, I will be back here. Maybe Jimbo will join me, who knows. And we'll do Mission 2. Like I said, we are here every Saturday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. We are going to play a versus game of Bloodstones next Saturday. There'll be 4 of us. So it'll be 4-on-4. So we'll be playing the regular game of Bloodstones next Saturday. We usually play all sorts of different things. But since this is the new funness, we are going to be playing it. But for right now, we are going to raid someone. Who's on this early in the morning? Playing something new. There is someone playing dice. That's French. This is why I'm streaming right now, because there is never anyone.
Horticulture?
English. Horticulture with Jess. We will. Hispanic.
That doesn't initially mean it's Spanish. It just means that she is Hispanic.
True. We'll check it.
Be awesome. Okie doke.
All right. We will raid Jess. They're playing Aqua Horticulture, which I think is a newer game. I'm not sure. There is a new game called Aqua. Whether she is that the new one? It looks like the new one. I can't say for sure. Back to us. One day, Jimbo, I'll look it up. I'll find out if there's an easier way.
No, you won't.
To raid someone without going through this. Oh, someone's playing after us as well, but not in English.
Lie to us, but don't lie to yourself.
It's too bad it was so not good.
This is the guy forcing people to play Bloodstones.
I thought you said you didn't mind it.
No, I said I didn't think it was as bad as everyone else did.
How about the solo? How'd you like the solo today?
It was alright. I actually wonder if it was a solo game that they tacked a multiplayer game on too.
Well, Jess says we can't raid, so we're not raiding anyone. Thank you for watching. Thank you to Jimbo. Thank you to you guys. We'll see you on Saturday. Bye-bye.